Today in this video we're going to talk about how to boil an egg, some simple tips on how to boil an egg. So eggs are extremely useful for food as they're used in making so many different kinds of dishes. They can be used for many different purposes, including whisking, just eating a boiled egg like we're going to do today, and eating on their own include boiled, fried, poached, scrambled, a quick and nutritious meal. So that's why we're going to focus on just the simple thing of boiling an egg. You can use them for setting dishes, for example quiche Lorraine, custards, binding, coating, emulsion, enriching other foods and glazing. They're high in protein, fat, vitamin A, B and D, calcium and iron. And the quickest way to find out for your egg if it's stale or if it's fresh, the quickest thing to do, okay, so for today we're using just a small pot for boiling the egg. So we're going to get our egg, and the easiest thing to do is drop it into the water. If it floats to the top, your egg is stale. If it sinks to the bottom, it's a fresh egg. So I have enough water in this small pot just to cover the egg. I'm going to cover it with the lid. For today, I'm using an induction hob, which is very fast. It's 5 times faster than an electric hob, even gas. So this will be faster. So ideally for this, because it's so higher power, it's so higher in heat, the main thing is to make sure your egg has been out of the fridge before you boil it. If you take an egg straight from the fridge, as most people will, because you'll keep your eggs in the fridge to get longer out of them, you'll get around 2 to 3 weeks out of eggs. The date is now on them, but if you're not sure, keep them in the fridge. If you're going to bake, they will mix into a mixture quicker and easier, and also boil without cracking if you keep them out of the fridge at least an hour before you use them. So we've put our egg in, so I'm going to put it up to number 9. Now my hob has a booster function on it, but I'm not going to use the booster because it's too powerful. So I have it on number 9 here, okay, and I'm going to bring it to the boil. And this hob is very quick, so I'm literally going to stand and watch it, because otherwise it could just boil over and make a mess. If your hob takes a long time, you can do a few other bits while this is happening. Okay, so you will hear from the pot that it's boiling. Okay, so it's rapidly boiling, so quickly turn your heat down, particularly on induction because it boils over so quickly. So quickly turn your heat down to level 6. Okay, so that would be a medium heat. So a medium heat, so halfway down. Normally on your hobs they'll go from a 0 up to a number 9, and some, like mine, will have a booster function. Like I said earlier, I'm not using the booster function for an egg because eggs are too delicate. So I brought it to a boil on a gradual high heat of 9. Now I have it on number 6 for like a simmer heat, and I'm going to use my timer now. So I have reduced the heat from boiling down to number 6. My hob has a function for timers. So on the timer, I'm going to select 3 minutes. So once it boils, reduce it down to a medium heat, and you're going to let it simmer for 3 minutes. 3 minutes for the ideal medium cooked, slightly runny boiled egg. If you like it slightly harder, 4 minutes. Slightly under, maybe 2 minutes. So we'll see how this looks after 3 minutes, and then you can vary it depending on how you like it. But this is for the perfect boiled egg. So our hob is beeping at us to tell us that the time is at 0, okay? So, or use your timer on your phone, or use an egg timer, or use your watch, use your clock, whatever you want, just to say 3 minutes is up. Use the timer on your oven even, which a lot of people have. My 3 minutes are up. Okay, so your egg's going to be pretty hot. Use your slotted spoon, take it out. I would usually run it under the water because I find otherwise it's too hot for people to handle, and that's not comfortable. I'm going to take it off my slotted spoon, point it side down into a nice little egg cup on your plate. Okay. Then when it cools down slightly, what we're going to do is we're just going to crack it open. Okay, so to crack open your egg, we will get our knife and move it a bit closer so you can see it. We'll get our knife halfway down, in and over. Okay, so you see from this egg that the top is slightly runny, so I would consider that perfectly cooked for my liking. And then just finish it off nicely with a dab of Kerrygold butter. Put butter on the top to melt it into the egg, your spoon, and serve it straight to the table. Nothing nicer than a hard-boiled egg, slightly runny, or you could do it a few minutes more, like I said, or a few minutes less, whatever your preference is. But for me, that's the perfect boil.